Pi comes out, Illusion is being sent, and they're going to go right on the 2 backline on the supports. Net's going to get dropped on Sylar. Unfortunately, he's still right-clicking on the base. They are going to lose a tier 3 tower. Finally, tier 2 being siege upon on the bot, and Sylar says, man, I'm going to just go. I think they're trying to wait out the Alchemist Rage duration, and it's going to be out right now. Do you fight? That's the question.
That was the perfect time to do so.
It really was, and they don't go for it. They traded a tier 3 for a tier 2, which I don't think that's too bad for Zenith.
I mean, they did it without the Aegis. Why didn't they just do that 10 minutes ago? It was so easy.
I really think it's because the illusions was on cooldown on Naga Siren.
Yeah.
She sent all the illusions in at the same time, and they all kind of just died. I really think that your illusions micro has to be somewhat more careful. And since then, she's been sending them one at a time on that base defense.
I think they could have just used sleep, though, to try and delay it. I don't think it's worth losing your T3 just for that. If you do happen to make a slight
But here's
mishap.
the thing, though. Would you use the sleep before you use RP?
I mean, I think to save your T3,
card,
though,
right?
it's just going to be so easy for them. That's without the Aegis. Imagine if he has Aegis, you have to take him out 3 times. That's going to be very, very difficult, I think.
Or here's the thing, though. If LGD notice that you use slip, they back off and they go straight into the Roshan pit. It's always a big danger if you use your sleep and you don't win a big fight off of it, I think. I feel like the sleep is the only thing that's really keeping them in the game, as well as mirror image.
At least they didn't take out the Rax, though. That is the most important thing about that fight.
Does Rax actually mean anything in this game?
It means a little bit. It'll be very difficult for LGD to split or Zenith to split push. They are trying their best, though. Ice has just been constantly annoying LGD, sending these Naga illusions on the weak supports. Again, DD constantly taking damage from it. They have an Urn, they have a mech, so they can heal up a little bit from it, but the creep wave is going to be constantly pushed out.
Blink Dagger being picked up here by DDC. I really like Yamate as well as XY kind of playing their tag team together.
Wait, Sylar can't pick up his Aegis. Look at his items, unless he drops his Shadow Blade.
Probably Magnus here, Xiaowei. Is this going to be blind yet? They are going to do a blind. Ice comes in. Where's the song? Oh, he's going to be using the song just to get out here. That's not how they drew up the game plan, but, you know, that's what happened. And now with the Aegis, now they will be doing what we're talking about.
Yeah, Song or Sylar on cooldown too.
Yep, well, but Zenith doing a very good job taking a tier 2 and now going to be harassing some tier 3. And like I was trying to point out earlier, gotta get out, guys. I really like their two-man push because it means that nobody on the Radiant side, aside from Sylar, could actually solo defend against these two guys. If you try to solo defend against Puck with the Scythe as well as XY, you just melt. And Sylar, even he's got to be somewhat careful. He's kind of insane though with the AC and his ultimate on. Are they going to make a go attempt on him? I think they can actually kill him if he doesn't have his ultimate turned on.
Yeah, I think they could possibly can. He has 22 armor right now, though. He is super scary. And if Magnus TPs, whew. Maybe with a Wisp TP kick, I think they could definitely do it. If they can time it, as soon as he's backing off, just blink scythe them. But it looks like LGD is making another move for mid. Again, this timing is really important for them. The T3 is going to be under attack on top, but they don't have a T3 in mid for Zenith. I think that they can just go on the racks. Still 2 minutes left on the Glyph of Fortification.
There is Glyph available on the Radiant side. Looks like Yamate is going to get sent back. Here we go. Sylar is going to go straight for your Raxus, and there's just really little they could do. They will be using Song, so RP is going to be a big thing now in the next upcoming team fight. Illusions will be sent right on Magnus or a Shippy to cancel his BKB. BKB already used right now. They can focus on the Naga Siren. Does he have buyback? That's the question. I'm not sure whether he does. He does. He buys back right now, and everybody reset, but Sylar says, I'll reset right on your racks. He does not care about Blinding Light now because he does have the MKB. These illusions coming right back on. They're going to focus on Sylar. Sylar does not have the Aegis. RP number 1 being used. Second RP going to be used as well. Sylar's still alive. No life steal on him. He's going to go down, but he's very, very far. No, he has Boots of Travel. Nobody focusing on the siege, and it's the big bag. Sylar's right back in the fight, focusing on XY, and he's stunned. One stun goes on it. He gets Heaven's Halberd. He's still okay. He's right-clicking away. He gets a second kill, and where's the Naga Siren? They are all dispersing from multiple sides. Sylar, he should, in my opinion, just go straight on the racks. Blink Impale goes on Yamate. He should be fine as well. Blink Dagger's back up. And, well, they do ignore everyone. But these illusions, these cockroaches of Naga Siren, why won't they die? Xiaowei is so low. And he's, well, he should be okay because he's got the Aegis. And Sylar finally has discovered the racks and now will be going right on him.
Wow. And I think that fight went okay for Zenith. The thing is right now, if they kill Sylar, it's almost GG. Wow, Yamata finds a kill.
Will they kill Sylar? That's a big question. You talked about the GG. Sylar throws away the stun. His BKB's out. He's still netted. Now goes to the Vis and ship back off in a very, very safe. Did I ever hear Song of Siren being used? No, it's still available.
Wow, if they picked them off right there, that would have been massive. Again, I feel like they're presented with some sort of these opportunities, like opportunities on a golden plate, but just not taking them. They had the gem. Magnus was super low. I think they could have killed him, but he didn't have any of his RPs up. But he doesn't really mean that much if he doesn't have his RPs in. If they kill Sylar right there, they have like a 90-second window, almost 90 seconds, to push that mid lane down. But regardless, Zenith will live to fight another day. I guess they were a little bit scared because Ice does not have his buyback and Life Stealer was not up. But they will live to fight another day. Another 7 minutes on Roshan.
Yeah, I could tell you that for sure, though. We're not going to see many fights.
How many relocates have we seen in this game?
Like 2?
Maybe 2.
Like, when you see a lineup that has both Keeper of Light and Wisp, you expect to be all over the map, right? With just abusing recall, abusing relocate. We haven't seen any of it, and it's just a playstyle that Zenith chose with their Naga Siren farming for Relic first and just kind of split pushing all of the game. I really think that this particular playstyle is a good way to kind of draw the game and maybe find those mistakes that LGD is making and then capitalize on them. But they really haven't. You talked about the kind of closed windows or maybe using Song to cancel some TPs as the LGD is retreating and maybe go for some pickoffs. They could have won the game in my opinion right there if they kill Sylar a second time. Couldn't do it. So Zenith is, again, I don't think they're out of this game despite being down Rax. As you see, the Life Stealer is going for Basher. But it's definitely getting a lot harder now as the mid Rax is down and there's a ton of pressure. The Naga Siren split push is going to be less effective, at least on the mid lane. Here we go, Sylar leading the rest of the team. Are they going to go for a push right now? I really don't think they need to.
Wow,
really
Magnus has a heart. Oh my goodness.
Real fast, why are they pushing when he has no buyback?
I don't actually know. I think they definitely need to wait for it. 3 minutes on that. If they focus him down, it is almost certainly GG. Right, that's scary thing. He has a Manta style, so finally 6 slotted. Traded out his Shadow Blade for a Manta style. I feel like it's a decent pickup. Already has his MKB.
Yo, I think Sylar's about.
Ooh. We'll see.
Man. I don't know, man.
He has 4 seconds. Oh my goodness, this could be it right here.
Do they have relocate?
They need to relocate.
This is the one relocate they can use.
Oh my goodness.
No,
no. Again, they're presented these opportunities that are so close. If they just execute it correctly, they can just straight up win the game. But
do they need to make that jump?
I think they do. I mean, look at what happens when LGD actually forces the issue, though. And the later this game goes, the less creeps are going to be relevant, the less barracks are going to be relevant, and they just can't keep losing them at this point, though. I mean, they're less relevant than it is for LGD. We'll see, though. Again, this next Roshan, I think that if LGD secures it, it's almost certainly GG. But another 5 minutes until that. I think they were a little bit slow on a Song of Siren, too. You talked about how during the first push, they probably shouldn't have used a Song of Siren. But, I mean, it was... I think it could have better been used to defend their T3. They just lost that Rex so easily without that T3 up.
I also believe that LGD, somebody needs to pick up a Vlad's. Because Sylar's definitely right-clicking a lot and very fast and very hard. He needs some lifesteal, and he definitely is out of slots. So maybe Windrunner or Magnus or whoever, they're going to go... this should be a free kill, right, on Yao? Well, they don't see the Magnus, so that's why they're really afraid to make that jump. Because, well, now they do.
How long have they been sitting there? They are so patient.
No, they've been moving around and whatnot, but no, they just don't want to make that
Oh,
jump.
They might pick off someone in the back, though. Are
they going to pick off the courier, or is this
Get
accumulation
that courier.
of all the weight? No.
Nope.
Just checking out the scenery, you know?
He doesn't have buyback on Yamata, though. That's a really big deal.
Okay, well, nothing happens. Sylar is
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So it looks like LGD is going to force the issue, but this time they will not have Aegis. They do not have buyback on Magnus. Oh, they're looking for Sylar. Again, there could be big plays.
Are they looking for courier?
Oh, kind of. But this is just strange.
Meanwhile, the courier being smartly micro to the
but one illusion in each of the 3 lanes. One on top, one in bottom, one in mid, and they're actually whacking away at the T3 right now. Is LGD going to TP back?
They will.
Yep.
Glyph is going to get used as well with multiple TPs because these illusions join the fray as well. I mean, for LGD with the 1 racks down, they have bought themselves a ton more time, but what I said really remains is that Sylar has been stacked. He's been maxed out for a long time, and it's up to it now.
I told you, being 6 slotted is a problem. Being 6 slotted too fast.
It's not really a problem. You're winning the entire. You've been up for the entire game for a
Look
long
at how the gold graph has like slightly petered out. It was like 18,000 maybe 15 minutes ago, around the 38-minute mark, and now it's just a little under 20,000. So I mean, they're falling a little bit behind. Ooh, I didn't actually see that pickoff there.
It was just your two-man gang party, the patient two-man gang party. They finally decided.
They got one.
Yeah, they got one, and they all TP back home.
LGD is kind of pinned to their base now, and again, the longer you delay the game, the better it is for Zenith. This 20,000 gold difference does not make too much of a difference when you can't actually push down a T3. Again, this Roshan I think will be a very hot point of contest, but Naga is probably queen of the Roche pit if Batrider's the king.
Yeah, I think that if Naga has enough damage, or if Naga and perhaps Lifestealer have enough damage to take the Roshan by themselves, that's when really the Radiant is having an issue. Because now, since they don't, LGD is very safe. They can be pinned back to their base, and they don't lose too much.
This must be so annoying for LGD. They had such a good start. They actually won the early game for
They're
once.
the team that plays anti-mage and do this to every
You
other.
love anti-mage.
I love it, right?
LGD?
Like, yeah, they can't complain. They have
Or
no
Lumi,
right to
rather.
complain. So these Nagas are, because they have a heart.
She's almost 6-slotted too. I mean, she has a Soul Ring, but she has 3,000 gold. I'm wondering what she can go for next. She has a Butterfly, Heart, Manta, all the normal items. Diffusal, Scotty. Scotty would be pretty good. They have a lot of BKBs. But again, what item can you really go to man mode versus the Alchemist? Pretty much nothing. You have to kite him with Disable during. I'm watching DDC follow Ice here.
You be careful.
Oh goodness. Looks like he may be caught out here.
Uh-oh. They know exactly where Ice is. If they RP him right there, RP him out. This guy Hex. Where's the RP? RP number 1? No, they're gonna try to chase him. You know why do you do this? All right.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back, but he's gonna be back with Song of Siren, or the Wisp is gonna be back. So,
wow.
Game was nice. No. Cool.
Where'd he go? What? Oh, he got recalled. Oh my goodness. That's some next level plays right there.
Meanwhile, Zenith trying to seize some tower. We've been saying that this game was won for a long time for LGD,
what in
but
the
LGD
world?
is like... Okay, I just want to say that LG is up by 20,000 gold, which is...
That was the play of the game right there. That would have been almost certainly a buyback on a Naga Siren, and then the Wisp escaping the process just topped it all off.
Yao doesn't have his BKB just yet. He's going to be fine.
That was so cheeky.
Alright, Alright, does LG need to start backdooring here?
What in the world just oh my goodness. I'm still slightly speechless about what happened there.
Zenith just pulling an old school MYM.
That's why you pick Wisp to make one play in the whole entire game.
Well, there's no pulling dagger involved this play, but it was...
I mean, saving Naga Siren's buyback is probably the most important thing for Zenith right now.
Yes, it really is. The most important resource in late game is not things like Raxes. It's not things like... Well, it's slots and buybacks, right? Those are the two most important things. And
when you get this late, yes.
Yeah, it really is. And again, we see Yamate with his trusted friend inside, looking for a pickoff perhaps on Yao. It is very dangerous to go for these pickoffs right in front of their base because, you know, Magnus...
Look at their T3s. They're actually taking a lot of damage. All three of them around 1,200 HP. Some of them a little bit lower. And, I mean, if this continues, this could be very bad. But Roshan has already respawned too. I feel like Zenith could potentially sneak it in. They have enough back control right now.
DDC just going to get him melted a second time here.
Wow, they are so patient about this puck.
Again, looks like Coil's going to be used. You should be fine. RP going to be used right there. Do you skewer backwards? You do. There's a second RP available. I think he's going to be using a Sun Knock, another skewer backwards, and they're going to be focusing on XY. The bash is going to come through. That's going to be one kill. I says, man, don't want me here. He does have the second RP available. That will hit him with the RP. Blinding Light. Silas running back, but there's a relocate up on the top lane here. Ice gets Hex. You got to get him now. Song of Siren being stolen by Rubik, and he's using it right back against Ice, and he is going to get bashed. A nice shackle here by Yao to follow through, and they will force that one buyback. Great play here. I don't like the play by Rubik as the teamfight breaks out in the middle here. Xiaowei should be fine. Skewers puck on the back. He gets mech'd up here. He should be fine going to the right side. The stun's going to get phased, or will it though? Oh no, Yamate is going to get blown up. That's how. Does he have buyback? He does not, because he picked up a Mystic Staff. Zenith making some critical misplays in this late game. Or Ice TP's in. Breach of Travel makes all these illusions, and now they cannot push.
Yeah, the real question is, can they delay until puck is down? Can they really salvage this next Aegis?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can, because look at these creep wave. Naga's right in the tier 3 towers.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Again, this next Roshan is going to be a really big deal for them. If Magnus gets it, he's almost unkillable as is. 3,338. Over 3,300 HP for this Magnus, and he has buyback too. Like, what a beast.
I just want to point out that Naga Siren is eclipse the Alchemist last hit chart by a mile. He's
Well,
almost having
look at the net worth. He's 41,000 in net worth. Naga's
well,
only at 28.
that's where Greevil's Greed comes in, right?
Greevil's
now.
Greed 2 OP.
DDC is gonna find Ice. Can he actually solo kill Ice? He's gonna try here. Mana burn.
Yep.
One more hit. Shockwave's gonna seal the deal. These kills are a lot more important for LG to pick up because
There is a buyback on him. 1,200 gold on the Keeper Light. That is very expensive. But again, their lanes aren't pushed out right now. Sure, you had the buyback on Naga Siren, but and to push out the lanes, but you don't have it now. You're only 3 strong.
they lack Blinding Light, they lack Illuminate, and that's a big deal against Sylar. Are they going to go for the straight throw? No, they want the bot Rex. This is going to be more of a kind of battle of attrition. Buyback being forced out by Keeper. And here comes the Glyph being used as well. They got to really drop that Blinding Light.
No refresher up on Magnus.
Uh-oh. Refresher. I mean, his RP's not, to me, not that really important. I think his most important spell right now is Empower. It's the Blink Skewer. Sylar losing a little bit of mana as he stutter steps back.
It doesn't, that level 3 Chemical Rage though, so much mana.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pickoff.
Backstab here is RP's gonna be used on against Yamate. Yamate trades his life for 1, and now XY gonna get Shackle after Scythe, but there is a sleeping use. XY is gonna TP back out, so very good defensive. But again, with the sleeping down, they just go without fear.
Sleeping?
What?
I don't know. I just thought that was really funny.
Sleeping be used? Sleeping use? There's
Would
a lot
the
of sleep
sleeping be used?
Sleeping be used. LGD pushing back on the creep equilibrium on the mid lane. These Naga illusions still being annoying as hell. They're just gonna be running away. Now they turn back for a bit.
Why did Puck buy a Mystic Staff? That just boggles my mind because they know that. I mean, what does 25 intelligence do for you right now? Like near nothing, and they really need that buyback, like just so desperately. You need buyback on everybody.
They didn't lose
on
anything.
Zenith. Yeah.
They lost a buyback on Keeper as a result,
But no Glyph right now. They have Song of Siren up in 15 seconds time. No buyback yet on Naga for 3 minutes. Things are looking hairy.
Sylar trying to get his way up to it. He's losing some HP. Manta does not remove you from those net. Working on that tier 3 slowly but surely. Tier 3 don't regen in terms of HP. Here we go. No, nothing being thrown. Sylar.
Oh, XY manning up on Xiao 8.
No, nothing happening though here. Sylar going back and forth. Sylar, my cam is on you, man, because he's definitely the most important player. X-Freedom looking to rescue any ally if they get in trouble.
His Chemical Rage is about to be down. It is down. Oh, they're making the move.
No, force that back out. They have so many ways to actually protect him. RP is back up. Are they going to go? He blinks into the tether. Song's going to be used, but a little bit too early. Net goes on Sylar. He's now actually asleep, so he can't focus him. Song's going to be gone soon, and Xiaowei does have the RP skewer forward. No. He thunder checks, jukes 1 nuke, jukes a second. Shackle shot, that's not going to lash as well. Finally, they get him with a stun, but do you relocate? RP for, where's the relocate? Get him back home!
Oh,
no, he
too
dies.
late.
Does he have buyback?
I think that's GG right
No
there. That was so
buyback.
close to him being relocated out.
Oh, that was like just a split-second difference here. And Sylar says, all right, guys, finally I get to hit your
He has
Raxus."
buyback too. I mean,
Yeah, he has buyback and future travel. He should be fine. He's
wow,
gonna go in for the hill.
Naga Siren almost dodged all those though.
Next
Yeah, it looks like
one,
GG.
trying to man fight. That should be it, yeah. Raxus is going to go down. Sylar is going to start focusing on the throne. But even though this gold chart doesn't suggest it, what the hell a back-and-forth game. This is got to be one of the most interesting games. Yeah, this is kind of crazy game. 25,000 gold lead at the end, but each step of the way was kind of a big sigh of like relief.
Zenith was just like hanging on for dear lives though.
But what a play on that Roche pit where Naga got focused, RP whiffed, the teleport out, and Wisp being safe as well. But LGD will take game number 1 after some spectacular team plays on both ends.
Indeed. Cheeky Naga Siren play. She's only level 19?
She don't get experience by sending illusion. Yeah, farming
I guess
illusion.
so.
So I mean, after this,
tactical low level for shorter respawn time.
did you expect this kind of play out of Zenith, where they don't do gimmicky? This is kind of gimmicky.
This is gimmicky.
But you know, farming the whole game against LGD, which is probably one of the best late game.
They need
teams
to
in the world.
draft better. I mean, like the Knicks kind of was crap, and then I don't know. The Wisp didn't really do anything. I think
had
that's
that
fair
one
enough to
play.
say.
He had that one play.
The one play. So let's pass it back to our analysts, see what they have to say about the game.
Woo! That was a classic Zenith draft.
Yes.
Maximum split push, maximum trolling, cheesiness out the wazoo, stealing the Aegis, using sleep to stall the game, the relocate saves. That game had a little bit of everything except Zenith notching a W. They couldn't get the win.
Unfortunately, I think now we found the real culprit when we saw all the long series between LGD China and Orange.
Yeah.
I think it's LGD China's fault. They really like those long games.
They played it a little bit safer maybe than they needed to at times. Like Merlady said, why couldn't they have just gone down mid and taken the melee racks 15, 20 minutes ago? Still, you play against these teams like Zenith and Orange, and they are a bit mistake-prone in the late game. So I feel LGD style might be a bit boring, but against these teams, maybe it's just the easiest way to win for a team like LGD.
Well, I think they took advantage of, I think Merlini was saying it right, level 19 on Naga Siren, when you play that Naga Siren, the split push is amazing. She was able to get the Radiance pretty fast. But yeah, you don't get the levels, you don't get the same amount of things that you would normally get if you're in control of the game. And this is something that's interesting to mention. Zenith lineup was designed to play from behind. When they laned, they said, okay, Alchemist is going to have free farm.
Yeah.
We have a Nyx that's going to be on the jungle. That's not the fastest farm.
Not very efficient.
Then you have a Wisp that will get eventually levels, but it's not a hero that ever gets farm in the game, pretty much, unless you have things going in your way. So they knew from the beginning, they couldn't be thinking, okay, we can get ahead with this lane. No, they said, we're going to get behind with these lanes, and we're going to play all the game from behind, and just count on the ability to relocate, to split push with the illusions, the recall of the Keeper of the Light, to make things happen.
Yeah.
And they actually did it very well for a long time. That's why the game went for 60-something minutes.
It was basically, I felt like I was watching guerrilla warfare from Zenith. It's like the Americans have come to Vietnam, and Zenith was the Viet Cong. And they have BB guns, they have, you know, rifles, and then the Americans are coming in, or in this case, LGD, and they've got the tanks, they've got the ballistic missiles, they have the massive navy. Zenith just could not clash. They could not fight 5v5, even in the ultra late game. I felt like they didn't take enough advantage of some of the opportunities, though. There were times where Sleep has a 1 minute cooldown. You can go in, try and go for a kill. Even if you completely whiff it, by the time LGD actually gets to your base, it'll be off cooldown.
Yeah, and
similarly with the Puck Lifestealer trapped in the trees, never made any goes. If you're going to play that kind of style, you got to make an attempt at some point. You can't just let LGD build up their momentum, get to the point where they're this unstoppable force barreling down the middle lane, because Zenith weren't a great defensive team. They were just a great stalling team.
Yeah. And I think another thing that hurt them a lot was the fact that they picked Magnus was crucial, not because of the reverse polarity, but rather because having Alchemist with power there
versus the illusions
hurt so much, because if
really
he didn't have that amount of AoE damage, he wouldn't have been able to deal with the Naga Siren at all. I mean, you can deal with the Naga Siren, but the illusions will keep hitting you, and then the damage stacks.
You know, I want to go back to one thing you said, though, about the laning stage. I definitely agree with you that they didn't expect to win the laning stage, but Yamate, I felt, really should have won mid in that matchup. Magnus versus Puck. That was the one lane that Puck should come out ahead, and Magnus should not have as fast of a blink, BKB, and refresher orb as Xiao8 did. Xiao8 won a disadvantaged matchup, and credit to him for playing well, but that was the one lane where I think Zenith are probably a bit disappointed about how it turned out.
Probably, but on the other side, you have to expect Magnus to get eventually the things that he wants to.
Eventually, but he had them really early.
Yeah, but this is not a game that was decided at 20 minutes in. So if you say, well, these guys were, I mean, they were ahead by that point. But if it's a 25-minute game, and you say, well, this happened because the Magnus had Blink Dagger at 10 minutes,
right?
Then that was maybe their fault. I agree with you that Yamate could have done better. But on the other hand, I think in the big scheme of things, it didn't matter that much because
I could see that.
Yeah, the laning stage they moved on.
I think if Yamate does have a good start there, though, he shuts down Xiao8. The Magnus is the engine for those group up and fights. If you don't have Blink RP, you can't really force a fight into a Keeper of the Light, into just all the counter push and the Naga illusion spam.
Right.
So it made a difference, like you said. I don't think it was the biggest issue. Some of the late game decision making. We have Lumi crawling on the floor here, but some of the late game decision making, just too many pickoffs from Zenith at the end. It is hard against Blink RP, but gave up too many kills. If you go back and look at it, XY on the Lifestealer gets picked off top, then Yamate throws away the Aegis. That's around like the 34-minute mark. Does end up escaping in the end. There were some fantastic escapes. I feel like it could have been a lot worse if Zenith didn't have those really flashy plays, but they fell too far behind early and just couldn't find their mojo to kind of break the base. Maybe would have liked to see some more Wisp backdoor shenanigans, something along those lines. You did have a Naga with a Butterfly and a Manta.
Yeah.
That push is very hard. Even through the backdoor regen, you can maybe force a TP or two back. It seemed like they were sort of haltingly trying to do it at the end, but It was a bit too late at that point.
Yeah, but I still like Zenith chances. I have to say, I don't think this is.
LGD they seemed to struggle a bit towards the end to kind of deal with what Zenith was throwing their way.
I mean, when you're playing at like, look at the other side, right? LGD China was playing at an advantage all game,
right.
and it took them 60 minutes to win. So
That's sort of what Zenith does to you. They're they are one of the most annoying teams in the world. I mean, I know VP has been frustrated. We've had NS on record accusing Fnatic of Rat Dota. Zenith invented Rat Dota. These guys are the masters of it.
Yes, they know how to play against you. They know how to play as of course, they shine when they're at an advantage, which was what I was talking before, because of these flashy players. But that doesn't mean that they will lose and they will call GG 15 minutes into the game. I would be surprised if they do that next game. I think that they are a group of kids that can give any team lots of trouble. And
can they beat the best, though? That's the question. Can they beat one of the top Chinese teams?
I think they can.
Okay.
I think at least one game.
Well, I think we all did predict LGD China 2-1. Merlini actually thought it might be 2-0 for LGD China. So we will take a quick break, Bruno, but then we're going to come back. It's going to be Game 2, LGD China versus Zenith. Let's see if Zenith can find their mojo. They'll need to soon, else they will drop to the lower bracket. More action after this.